Hey guys, this is a bonus episode for Cozy Womb Podcast. I'm talking to all of the parents. My first season of Cozy Womb Podcast back in 2018, I did an episode on dating with kids. And it was one of my top performing episodes ever for Cozy Womb. And I feel like it's because so many people have so many questions on how to do it, what's right, what's the wrong way to do it, what works. I don't want to traumatize my kids. I don't want my kids thinking I'm this type of man or I'm this type of woman. How do I date while respecting my co-parenting situation? And it's just all of these questions, I believe, is why that episode got the traction it got. But today I just want to talk about, should they meet my kids? Because that's an ultimate question, because everybody's when or yes or no is based upon different reasoning, and I just want to share mine. Welcome to Cozy Womb. Disclaimer: every parent can do what they want. This is me. Because let's get that out the way. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you how I would do it. Dating while parenting is a balanced beam of things. All the people I experienced relationships with, I knew for a while, years before they even had a conversation with me about my kids, seen my kids. And so I really never dealt with this, should they meet my kids, on a brand new situation. But I know other women and other men do. So I did my who they are research. Okay. Ex number 5, I knew before I had kids, 10 years plus. So when he met the girls that one time, it wasn't a big deal because that was already established that they were here. You know, if he would call me, he would hear them on the phone. And a lot of the time wasn't spent with them, right? Long distance thing and moving forward with someone new, I would get to know them up to 7 to 9 months before they would ever physically meet my girls one-on-one, for many reasons. And I just feel like you want to make sure you and that new man is solid with each other before they meet family, best friends, kids, the other parent, because you have a lot more important people to you that matter, relationships to you that matter, that can be destroyed by someone on the outside that you allowed to come in, right? And family is important, and kids aren't something that's temporary when they're your biological kids. Kids are forever. And a lot of times what kids experience indirectly or directly.
The legends are true. Overwhelming power.
The sauce of destiny.
Yes! The most legendary sauce has arrived as McDonald's transforms into the anime world of WickDonald's. The greatest flavors unite in all new savory chili McDonald's sauce to make your 10-piece Wick Nuggets, fries, and Sprite ultra powerful. Unlock manga comics with every meal and sit down for a new anime short every week only at WickDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, go!
At participating McDonald's for a limited time while supplies last.
Has a lot to do with the people around them and what they allowed. So what makes the relationship worthy for someone to meet your kids? I think solid future discussions with action have to take place before someone meets your kids. I think you shouldn't wait until the engagement for someone to be introduced to your kids, because what if they're introduced to your kids and the chemistry isn't there, and there's attitude, and there's blindsidedness, and there's issues that come up that you guys didn't even discuss or think about, and now you're engaged to this person and you feel like you're on this balance beam of, you know, whose side do I take? And you never want to feel like you have to take a side when dating or in the action of marrying somebody, between your family, your kids, and the person you love and you want to grow with, right? And I do want parents to ask themselves, how committed are you two together? Is this, I really like him? Is this, we just have fun? Is this, he wants to do this for his future, for a career? I want to do this for my future, for a career. He has kids. I have kids. We work well together. We have an understanding. Our faith is similar. Like, what is it that tells you moving forward makes sense, right? And how do you know that they're committed? How do you know that they're not just saying words? Do they show you respect in your absence? Do they check up on you when you haven't seen each other? Do y'all consistently show up for each other, you know, on a regular day-to-day, not just on Fridays or the weekend or Valentine's Day or the holidays? Do y'all really have more than surface-like discussions? Do y'all really spend the time? Is it consistent? Do they fill you in on changes that might change up how you show up in their life? Do you do the same? You know, all of that matters, okay? Are your kids ready to share you? Now, that to me is a personal question that you have to have with you and your children before you bring someone on the outside in to have that discussion, because you don't want your kids to feel blindsided or forced or backed in a corner and they really don't have a say. Because if I say I'm not comfortable, are you going to stop talking to this person? Probably not. Are you going to stop dating this person? Probably not. Are you going to prevent them from moving in here? Probably not. For me, I know for sure, like, I will never live with a single man. So that is not an issue that, you know, my kids' fathers have to worry about me dating someone and he was living in the house and the girls were there. Like, no. If I live with a man, I'm going to be married to that man. We're going to buy a property together, so there won't be, no, this is my house, you need to move. Or this is my house, and you need to get out. Like, I don't want that to be the foundation for my marriage. So there will never be a man walking around my house in boxers that I'm just dating with my kids here. There will never be a man laid up in my bed and my kids come in my room to ask me to sign their homework, and there's some man laying on the side of my bed with no shirt on. Like, that's not about to be no situation up in my house. But I know for a lot of women who are just dating, not married, and have children, their kids sometimes get exposed to that. And I just feel like that's not the type of example I'm trying to set for my girls to have. I don't want my girls thinking it's cool to be laid up playing house with a single man, because that leads to other ideas of entitlement to someone who's single that you have no commitment to realistically, financially, mentally, emotionally. Someone who can wake up tomorrow and be like, I think I'm done. You know, and I don't want my girls to feel like, you know, my mom did it, so I could do it. My mom said this was cool, so this is cool. No. And I'm not saying me not doing that is going to stop them from doing that, because maybe they was like, I want to try it. And they're going to have to try it when they get older, and they're out my house, and they're going to have to see for themselves, is this the type of relationship that's worth it for me? But for me as a mother, I'm not displaying that as an okay. And whoever I'm dating is going to have to know that off tops. Like, we could date, but there is a time frame, There's some type of scheduling that's going to go around to where the girls will not be here to witness this. I need you to come get up and get dressed and get out my driveway before they get up. Like what? And I'm not trying to do the same at his house. Like, no. Like, we gonna do this correctly or we not gonna do this at all. And a lot of men are not with those types of boundaries. And so if you're gonna have to take a loss like that, it's not a loss if you're looking to gain the right one. Move out the way. And that's how I look at it. So some of your kids are not over your past. Some of your kids are not going to be over you and their dad not working. Some of your kids are not going to understand why you and their dad can't just fix it. Some kids think you dating means no time for them at all. Somebody else is taking their place. Talk with your kids first. Talk with your kids about the fact that, you know, you found someone, you're talking to them, you like them, and you've been talking to them for months and you want to know if they would be interested in meeting that person. Don't make it like the end of their world because this person appeared out the blue, but really like introduce this person to them verbally, mentally, then physically. Clearly establish the relationship, okay? You know, get to know people. Stop waiting 5+ months before you say, hey, I have kids. Oh, yeah, and their dad is, you know, our neighbor. Or their dad, you know, has a key to our house. Like, some people are not comfortable with that. And that's cool that they're not okay with that. Just know that, you know, you laid that on the table and it's not so surprise. Or, you know, their dad picks them up on Fridays and drops them off at my house and helps them with their homework and then leaves. Like, some people are not comfortable with the amount of access a co-parenting situation may have with the person that they're dating. Do not assume exclusivity. Okay, ask. Set up a boundary. Okay, learn their attachment style. You know, are they someone who says, I like you, but I'm dating other people? Or thank you for listening to Cozy Womb Podcast. I hope you're enjoying the episode. A great way to support the podcast is to donate to Red Circle. The link is in the bio of this episode. Anything would help. And you can also purchase merch on the Cozy Womb shop with Teespring or Mama's Cozy Closet. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. And thank you for giving me great feedback. Now back to the show. I like you. I'm not seeing anyone else. Where is your head at? You need to know those things. Make sure you're not in a what are we situation every 2 weeks. Or I don't want to title this, I just want to have fun. When someone tells you that and you're a mom or you're a dad, that is them saying, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be your girlfriend. I don't want to be your boyfriend. I don't want to be the man in your life. I don't want to be the woman in your life. I just want to have sexual relations and favors done with no strings attached. And that's nothing wrong with that. But you have to be in agreement that that's what you want too. If you know you want something more, that is your time to say, well, that's unfortunate, but I'm looking for something more. I'm looking for something more deliberate and committed. So it was nice to meet you. Ain't no hard feelings, and I think it's very selfish for people to know that that's the type of relationship they want with someone and not say it, and to portray like they want something exclusive when they don't. A lot of people are out here claiming they want something exclusive while out here being Costco samples to everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. A lot of people are out here saying they want a commitment, and they been in this manipulative relationship with a woman or a man for over a year, and they have relationships with their children and vice versa while they're dating 4 other people that one person that thinks it's just them does not know about. So really get to know your person. Do y'all celebrate holidays together? Or are they going to be at Thanksgiving while the other co-parent is going to be there and the rest of the family is going to be there? Are they meeting your family? Are you meeting their family? Are y'all exchanging gifts? Do y'all celebrate anniversaries? You know, do they require a certain amount of dates per month? Do they require, I need to have all your passwords? Like, is that where they're at in the type of relationship they want? Like, I want to know all of that up front before you get to see my kids, before you get to meet my kids. I need to know how invested you are with me before you even get to talk to my kids. Because when you don't do these things, a lot of other problems pop up out the blue, and you're just like, well, I never thought they would. Well, they never gave me. Well, you never asked. You were never direct. And so when dating a dad, I suggest people do not meet his kids until you're sure y'all are committed. Understand his kids should come first. Do not play parent. I don't want to play parent to no man's children that I am not married to. Okay? Do not emotionally play parent. Do not mentally play parent. Do not avoid relationship building. Okay? Do not build relationships with your kids because it can be damaging long term when y'all don't work out. Do not assume the parent role. No one should be playing replacement parent, except that dates can and will be canceled. When you're dating a mom, take into consideration she does not have time of a single woman without kids. Be honest about wanting fun versus a relationship. Know that I do not want you playing daddy unless we are married. I do not want you FaceTiming me and saying, where are my kids, when we are not married. That is not cute to me. If she makes time for you, do not take it for granted. Dating a woman with kids means you have to be sure. Okay? That is how this works. That is how this is determined. So should they meet your kids? After everything I said, should they meet your kids? What are their values? What are their standards? What have they shown you that matches what they've been saying? What excuses have they been giving you that don't add up? Is this someone you would trust around your children? Have you seen how they treat their own kids? Have you overheard their kids in the background? How come every time you see them or you call or they make plans for the weekend, it never includes their own kids? What is their relationship with the other parent that they have with their kids? Like, those are the things that need to be determined before people physically meet your children. And a lot of single people are out here who have kids that live with them, meeting someone today, getting their number, talking to them for a few minutes, that person calling them late at night and saying, I'm trying to pull up. They give them their address. This person is still a complete stranger. They give them their address. This person is allowed to walk into their house, go in their kitchen, go in their bedroom, see where their kids are at, know where the bathroom is, know what doors is going to the house, know who all lives here, do whatever they want, and leave. And you don't know if this person has plans to tell the next group, oh, she only lived by herself. She be gone this amount of hours. She got this TV in there. She got jewelry. She got electronics in there. The kids' room is back here. The kids get out of school at X, Y, and Z time. I know the bus ride. Like, think. Stop being so gullible. Stop allowing anybody to be around your kids. Stop not having the talk and the discussion with your kids about who qualifies as a stranger, how to act when you meet someone, who to sit on their lap, who not to sit on their lap, not coming out your room not presentable when I have company. If I tell you I have company, you stay here. If I tell you I have company coming, this is what we're doing. This is what we're not doing. If that is a conversation you are not ready to have, please do not have company. Okay? There are a lot of instances where men and women date people, and the people that they date end up molesting or harming their children. There are a lot of instances when people date people and that person ends up manipulating their parent to punish or treat a child a certain way and put them over priority of their children. All of a sudden, it's a good idea for your kids to live solely with the dad so y'all could be single and act like the kids don't exist. Women do it too. All of a sudden, the woman that you've been dating doesn't want you sending money for the children to have certain shoes, or thinks that, you know, you're paying too much in child support. What about us? I don't want you doing this. I don't want you going there for Christmas. All of this stuff. And you as a parent have to draw the line and be like, my children were here before you. This is how they were treated. I'm not going to do something less for them because you showed up. You have to respect it, or you got to beat it. Because once you start putting someone else that you're dating or you like or you think you love or will grow with before your children, they will remember that when they become a teenager. They will remember that when they're in their 20s. They remember that when they're in their 30s, and when you get old and you need them. And they shrug at your problems. Remember that. My name is Shan. This is Cozy Womb Podcast. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to leave a review and like and share the podcast on your favorite podcast app. I am on Good Pods. I am on iHeartRadio, Amazon. You can find everything podcasting regarding me at shanbypodden.com. I appreciate you, and let's do better when we date. Let's be prepared when we date. And last but never least, after everything I said, should they meet your kids? ? Peace.
Bye.
Bye.